The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, and welcome to the BluTech Certification Program, Module 4, BluTech Implementation. As a quick review, we're going to look at the problems we are trying to impact indoors and outdoors. Indoors, we know that blue light peaks at 455 nanometers. So our goal with this is to improve sleep and sleep quality, reduce eye fatigue and strain, reduce headaches and migraine symptoms, and minimize blur and glare, which everyone suffers from. Outdoors, we know what sunglasses need to do. They need to protect us from the broad range of the sun, 400 to 500 nanometers, as much as is possible. We're looking to reduce glare, enhance color, protect the eye from harmful light rays, and achieve all of the above without affecting our digital screens or, distorting colors and so on. So protecting our lifestyle impact. And when we think in terms of impact, we know that everyone's impacted. If our eyes are open, indoors or out, it's very likely we're being exposed to blue light. And how are we protected with BluTech lenses? It's our secret sauce. It's a proprietary formulation of pigments and dyes that protect your eyes the way nature does. The reality is no other near-clear lens filters more of the blue light known to cause eye strain, blur, glare, and sleep cycle disruption without distorting colors. Blue Light Plus is our secret sauce. So how do we get started? How do you get started in implementing indoor and outdoor solutions? It starts by understanding the symptoms, yes? Like anything else, we need to understand if the patient is experiencing eye strain, blurred vision, dry eyes, headaches. Are they having poor sleep problems, disruption in their circadian rhythm that can lead to sleep disorders, which can lead to health concerns like increased risk of cancer and diabetes and heart disease? And of course, then the common sense things, inadequate sleep leads to errors, low productivity, and safety incidents. We have a tool to help you. It's a digital lifestyle questionnaire. You can either print it out and have the patient fill it out manually, or it can be sent digitally, and then it auto-calculates when they add in the number of hours. It takes your patient through an awareness of why we're asking these questions, then looks at their symptoms, the frequency, the time of day, and their digital exposure added up in the number of hours, as well as the kind of lighting that they have both at home and at work. That helps you to really dig in deep and bore into the problems that patient may be experiencing. And we have a tool that will show indoor blue light and the four most common solutions. Those most common solutions are BluTech Classic 156, BluTech Ultra Polycarbonate, blue light blocking clear lens monomers, and blue light blocking AR coating. And very clearly we see from this graph that the BluTech lenses block out more of that peak light at 455 nanometers that really helps to give us the answers that we need. And at the bottom of the sheet is the comparative. So if the patient is into stars rather than looking at graphs, they can see very clearly that 4.5 plus stars wins over 1.5 stars, 2 stars every time. So whether it's the amount of blue light that we're blocking, 46 versus 41 versus 3 versus 9, the number of stars from an improved sleep perspective reduces digital eye strain, improves productivity, and then we look at the overall performance. No other lens delivers true-to-life color and filters more of the blue light. That's the reality. BluTech does it just right. Think of the three bears. Too hot, too cold, just right? All right, too hot. Blue blockers. Yes, they're orange, they're yellow. They're too hot. There's too much. Do they block all the blue? Yes, but it distorts the colors that you're looking at. And who wants to look at life through a yellowy orange haze? Then we have the clear solutions, whether they're the AR coatings or the clear blue light monomers. Yeah, they're pretty, right? There's no residual color. Well, purples and so on in the coatings, but they don't work with what's coming off of the devices, not in a meaningful way. And then we have BluTech. Does it have some residual color? The answer is yes. Embrace that residual color as a measure of health. And it does it just right. It does not change the colors that we look at. You see true to life colors, and yet it's giving meaningful protection. And we know it's protection we can feel because we surveyed over 2,000 people, right? 99%, eyes more relaxed. 98%, I slept better. 94%, I would wear this every day. 65%, I had a reduction in headaches and migraines. So we know that they can feel it, and it is clinically proven to double melatonin production. Remember that study from Nova Southeastern University? They presented the summary at the National Academy of Optometry in October of 2017. After wearing BluTech lenses for just 5 days, participants essentially doubled their melatonin levels. They woke up less, slept longer, and on day 6, when they tested how these folks thought on cognition testing, significant improvement. So sleep better, think better, all good things. And we know that BluTech are doing things that eyeglasses don't normally do. Patients have told us over and over and over again how well BluTech performs. And this is the family of BluTech lenses. We have a total of 5 different lenses, 3 indoor and 2 outdoor. Indoors, we have BluTech Ultra, which is a polycarbonate lens, 9% tint density, blocks out 41% of the blue light at 455 nanometers. It's available in plano, single vision, digital progressives, and of course, IMED and VSP approved where you need it. BluTech Classic, 156 index, little darker, a 14% tint density. It's the champagne color. And blocks out 45% of the blue light at 455 nanometers. Available in plano, single vision, digital progressives, and flat top 28s. Also, IMED and was the first VSP approved blue light product. BluTech Max is available in plano only. Much higher density, 21% tint density, designed for gamers and people who spend a long time at the computer, particularly in the evening, and it blocks out 59% of the blue light at 455 nanometers. Outdoors, of course, it's a polarized lens, whether it's the brown polarized of the 156 or the gray polarized of the polycarbonate. Both have an 80% tint density, so nice and dark, blocks out 99% of all blue light, and available in plano, single vision, and digital progressives, VSP and IMED approved. So based on the hundreds of practices that we have worked with that successfully use BluTech lenses, we figured that out. There's 5 steps to success. The first is you have to wear it. And if you wear it, you experience it and you believe in it. The second is establishing your pricing, and we'll look at these things in a little more detail. The third is asking outdoor and digital lifestyle questions. The fourth is, discussing with all appropriate patients. And then number 5, doctors prescribe versus simply recommending. So when you wear it, and you will recall the testimonial from Dr. Rita Elland, and her patient also felt the same way, that BluTech has become indispensable. So if you wear it, you will experience the same thing and be able to give your own personal recommendation to your patients. Step number 2, pricing and positioning. When we look at indoor, there are 4 basic solutions. There's blue light blocking clear lenses. There's blue light blocking AR coatings. There's photochromic lenses and BluTech indoor. So blue light blocking clear lenses are usually the least costly, but they don't have very good function when it comes to really solving the digital eye strain problem or the sleep and productivity problem. Photochromic lenses I mean, they're great convenience. They work better than the clear blue blocking lenses, but they're still not at the high end of the scale when it comes to what is blocked off of 455. Blue light blocking AR coatings cost a little more, about the same as a photochromic lens. Uh, But again, BluTech outperforms all of these lenses, and it's priced about the same place. So if we're looking at solving the digital eye strain issue, as well as sleep and productivity, BluTech Indoor is the gold standard. Outdoors, different set of circumstances. We're looking to reduce the glare from the sun, as well as enhance color and be able to see well. So looking at the four most typical solutions: tinted lenses, standard polarized, premium polarized, and BluTech polarized. So tinted lenses, least costly, least effective. Standard polarized, effective, but they have their set of issues, and they're reasonably priced. Premium polarized, phenomenal products, work well, very high priced. BluTech polarized, when we look at the bundle of benefits, greater bundle of benefits than a premium polarized and not priced as high. Superb at glare reduction, great at color enhancement, and you have the lifestyle enhancement of being able to see your digital devices, pump gas, take money out of the ATM without having to reorient your head, because it reduces the birefringence. Step number 3, asking lifestyle questions. Everybody needs to be involved. They need to initiate the conversation, add to the conversation, and so on. So here are the things that can be said, whether it's at the reception, booking an appointment, in the optical, or in the exam room. Please make a note of how many hours you spend in front of digital devices that include TV, phone, tablets, e-readers, and so on. Or when they're checking in, do you have your glasses that are specific working on a computer? Your eyes control your sleep-wake cycle. If you're having difficulty falling asleep or getting a full night's rest, please advise the doctor so she or he can make you aware of advanced technology to help with that. Did you know that we have glasses that can help you sleep better? All ways of being involved. Do you often experience midday fatigue or have difficulty concentrating? Perhaps we're taking patient histories. How often do you experience a headache while working on or shortly after working on a computer? Are you aware that energy-efficient lighting in our homes or workplace can contribute to sleep issues? I'd like to make you aware of a new lens technology that makes you feel more relaxed, can help you sleep better, and reduce midday headaches or fatigue. So whatever is appropriate, everyone has to chime in, because when we think of who's impacted, again, it's essentially everyone. So there's things that we can say specifically when it comes to adults, right? When it comes to sleep issues, did you know that in 1942, less than 8% of the population was trying to survive on 6 hours or less of sleep per night? In 2018, it's almost 50% of the population. And this is from a recent Gallup poll. 40% of employees would ask for sleep support from employers. And if it's a millennial, it's up to 50%. From the same consumer health mindset study that was done in 2017, the number one issue employees want when it comes to physical health is getting enough sleep. And BluTech can help with that. Children are also impacted, of course. And just look at the number of hours that this particular fact sheet from ZoneIn estimated. Toddlers, babies that are crawling, barely walking 2.5 hours a day on some kind of digital media. School-age kids, 7.5+ hours. My granddaughter's 12, and she now has a laptop that goes back and forth to school, and she's expected to do her homework on it, as well as most of her in-school work. And then, teens and young adults, 9+ hours a day. So when it comes to children, there are things that you can share. The American Academy of Pediatrics has stated that today's children are spending, way too many hours, 7+ when it comes to entertainment media. And these estimates include watching TV, using a computer or a telephone, talking, texting, and so on. And that was in 2014. I would hazard to guess it's much higher now. From the Miami Herald issue article that we use, that you can get as a reprint, 1 in 4 children age 5 and younger have some form of a sleep issue. And then back in 2013, researchers and reporters are increasingly seeing connections between dysfunctional sleep and what looks like ADHD. And, spoiler alert, the diagnosis and treatment of ADHD in our kids has increased 43% in the last 8 years. Back in 2006, a researcher found that TV watching results in irregular sleep patterns and sleep-wake transition disorders. So attention and learning are negatively impacted by sleep deprivation, and that's whether you're at work or at school. So how do we inform, educate, and prescribe? This is the Miami Herald article that I referenced. It's a newspaper article. It's written by or interviews a sleep specialist. In fact, he's here in the photograph, and he's treating a 15-year-old with a CPAP machine. Can you imagine? But it's a great way to help inform and educate a parent. The Nova Southeastern study that I referenced, you can have that as a reprint. It's a one-page, double-side, that it's easy to read, not a lot of medical mumbo-jumbo, and it just really explains what the Nova Southeastern University did and what the results were, so that we can educate patients. The new BluTech product sheet that shows the graph with how much of the blue light is blocked out from LED devices, as well as consumer satisfaction. Phenomenal piece. It talks about the fact that BluTech is clinically proven to increase melatonin levels by 96% and blocks up to 17 times more blue light where it matters at 455 nanometers than any other solution. So 2 very easy programs to implement. The first is protecting kids. Think in terms of the duty to warn that we had and did when we were introducing polycarbonate, right? We told mom or dad that polycarbonate was the most impact-resistant lens, and if they didn't want to pay the extra, because at the time it was a little higher priced, then they had to sign a waiver. We'll do the same thing with blue light. In my mind, it's as big as an issue. So there's that duty to warn. Hand mom and dad the Miami Herald article, hand them the sleep study so that they can read that, and then the doctor prescribes indoor BluTech for kids, whether they wear eyeglasses or not, whether they need a prescription or not, because all children are exposed to the digital media, right? So Plano, and there's a Plano program through Clear Vision Optical, ready-to-wear product, or you can create your own Plano. And of course, from an RX standpoint, you identify your lab to assemble with the BluTech lenses, or you can even edge in-house if you so choose. Implementation program number 2 is an outdoor program. This is a phenomenal campaign that we had, Outsmart Your Phone, that shows the difference between, a lesser quality polarized lens and BluTech polarized, and the fact that you can see your screens without issue. Think of spending the thousands of dollars on a BMW with its heads-up display and not being able to read the displays because of your polarized lenses. BluTech helps to overcome those issues. And we do it with a combination of pigments and dyes, and it has broadband blue light filtration across the entire range, 400 to 500 nanometers, plus the readability. So think in terms of upgrading your sunglass selection to BluTech polarized outdoor, Plano, and prescription. And of course, we have Plano in a finished lens version, so if you cut an edge in-house, you can do that. Discuss the dangers of outdoor blue light, right? Remember, this is not just blur and glare, but the potential for damage. Demonstrate the ability to see their smartphone clearly with a BluTech polarized Plano lens. And then recommend to outdoor digital device users or drivers with backup cameras. And by the way, they're mandated to start in every new car by 2020, or heads-up displays in cars. You can also use BluTech polarized with outdoor enthusiasts and sports enthusiasts. Works just like any other polarized lens. Thank you very much for attending the BluTech certification program. Now that you've completed all 4 modules, please complete the certification test and then submit it for grading so that we can issue you your BluTech Blue Light certificate. Good luck!